Altrincham have bounced back from the disappointment of losing on Tuesday night to Bromley by 1-0 with a phenomenal performance this afternoon against Maidenhead United, who are high-flying in the National League. And we're talking to Phil Parkinson. Phil, you've got to be absolutely delighted with the performance from the Word Go today.
Yeah, any win at this level we're absolutely ecstatic about. As I'm sure you could see by the celebrations, people are asking me, was it because we'd won the game against Maidenhead? It certainly wasn't. It's because every game means something to us at this level, because we want to stay at this level. And the fact that we've been a bit frustrated, we've had good performances and probably not been able to put the ball in the back of the net. So to have played well again tonight and scored a goal, scored 2 goals that I think we deserved, was a brilliant feeling.
I'm sure that a lot of your pre-match planning was making sure that we didn't concede early on, because we've been very prone to that. But to be fair, we started on the front foot and we were outstanding in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I know I was a little bit downbeat after the midweek game, and we conceded very early there, didn't we, against Bromley? But apart from that, I don't feel that we were in too much trouble. So when we have conceded, it's just been a lack of concentration. We're always on the front foot. We're always trying to win games. And what I'm finding at this level is a lot of teams are coming in just trying to stop you playing, and also just making sure they don't lose a game. So I think we got the rewards there for being really positive. I felt we were the team on the front foot, as you alluded to there. But I feel we've done that in every game, and if we can put the ball in the back of the net, which is the key to winning games, isn't it, then we'll be in for a shout against most teams at this level.
Maidenhead came back into the game in the first half, and then we had the floodlight failure. I think we were the better side in the first half, but it was 0-0. But I'm sure you were happy with the performance. But second half, right from the word go, we were very much at it.
Yeah, totally agree. I felt first 15, 20 minutes, we looked a real threat. Yusuf looked a threat. Fizeo, Hanks. Cozzy, for me, has been our best player since we've started the season. He's the lad who looks at this level, if not beyond that as well. And I think the other lads have moments like him, but once they find an element of consistency and they can go through 70, 80 minutes, not 15-minute spurts here and there, then we'll be, like I said, we'll be a real handful for a lot of teams.
We've won scored the first goal through a Josh Hancock penalty, and we've won the penalty. And again, it's Ryan Colclough who's just come on as a substitute, who's won the penalty for us. Yeah,
not a bad sub that, was it? He did well, but he's a very good player, isn't he? Again, Ryan shouldn't be playing at this level. He needs games, and we obviously eased him in the other day. When he plays like that, though, you're looking to start him after that, so maybe that's something we'll think about. But I'll speak to Ryan, because he's not played for a number of weeks. I think it's like 6 weeks, so you don't want to overplay him as well, where they can't go 100%, which he's been able to do there. So I think Ryan at 100% is a real thorn for a lot of teams at this level.
And the second, Josh Hancock with the penalty. That's 2-2 for Josh, and so he's had to be brave to step up, because he has missed 1 or 2 in the past.
He has, but so have most of the rest of the team. So it does take a lot to be able to do that, a lot of courage, and Josh is all about that. Josh has been one of my best players. One of mine and Sov's best players since we're at Nantwich, and coming here, he's been with us a very, very long time, and we trust him implicitly. And when Josh steps up, you know he's going to hit it true, and I'd like to think he'll score more than he misses.
Maidenhead, as you'd expect, came back at us, but they didn't really create too much. And I thought 1-11 today, absolutely outstanding. But I've got to say a word for Tom Hannigan. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, well, he is a phenomenal player, isn't he? I mean, I was speaking to another journalist earlier, and they were talking about how good we've been defensively, and we're not a defensive-minded team, but our defenders are very good 1v1, and Tom's one of the best at doing that. But he reads play, and he's so brave, and he can do what other defenders can't at times. He can slow himself down when others just want to go through the man and play the ball as long and as far as they can. Tom will put his foot on it, and that's probably something he's really improved on since myself and Neil have come in. He's really probably improved on that possession-based play that he's got. So yeah, he's been fantastic, but I'm sure on the highlights you won't miss where he's had a bit of an airball swing at something, which Tom doesn't normally do, so please do put that one on.
Second goal was a great goal.
Yep, and again I think I'm going to have to play it back in my mind as Ryan Colclough headed it. And then, oh no, that was the penalty. Then he's drove in and got the penalty. But Joel Senior did exceptionally well down the outside on the right. I didn't think he was ever going to get there, but Joel's got explosive pace. And a great pullback. We've had so many pullbacks today. Really frustrating that it's either been a poor pullback or we haven't had enough depth on the run, and we really work on that. So it's disappointing when it doesn't happen, but as I've said to you all the way through, once our front lads start to click at this level, I think you'll see what we've always seen since me and Neil have come in. I still feel that we're playing the same brand of football, even though it looks like with our goal return, it's not. It certainly is. We're not sitting back. We're trying to attack teams, and once we get that final third piece right, and that's all of them, the front four, once they're firing on all cylinders, and injuries certainly have had played their part in that, will be a real big handful.
One of the features of the game was that there seems to be a really good understanding down the right-hand side between Joel Senior and Matty Costello. And fair play to Matty, he's a flair player, but he works ever so hard.
Matty's an exceptionally hard-working player, and people who play with him, I think, really appreciate that. But as you said, his link-up play, the way he can receive it in tight areas, all he's missing now is that goal, isn't it? I thought he was going to get one today with the way he was getting in and around the box, which is where he normally scores from, in and around the edge of the box. And I'm sure they'll come for Matty, but if he keeps doing what he's doing and supplying the other players, then that'll do for me.
And Alistair Smith, he looks some player, and as the game wore on, he just got better and better.
He did, and he's young, isn't he? He's trying to get himself back to Mansfield and playing in that first team, and with performances like that, he won't be far away, but he's got to find consistency, because I thought he was below par, one of the lads who didn't hit the levels expected of him on Tuesday, and to be a pro, you've got to be consistent. If you look at Ryan Colclough there, that's what he's got to try and aspire to be. When he gets it, you've got to know what you're getting from him. And I think when he finds them levels, he's got everything, hasn't he? He's got the size, the range, the passing ability. He's very comfortable on the ball. And I think we need to get him arriving in the box, because I think that's where he'll do a lot of damage as well. He's not your Joe Robbins who's going to sit deep and develop play. He's definitely going to be a more progressive midfielder.
And Tuesday night, another game, so we've got to get ourselves right back up, and we're heading across the border.
Yep, we'll see Mr. Durrell, won't we? So we're going to play Wrexham, and really looking forward to that. These are the reasons we tried so hard to get to these levels, to play in games like that, the Chesterfields, the Wrexhams. Obviously, we being Northerners, they're the teams you look for, aren't they, in terms of the big gates, the big games. Unfortunately, we're not getting the gates, are we? But it'll be a great occasion. But we just don't want to be that Jekyll and Hyde team. We want to find some element of consistency. I don't want to be standing here on Tuesday saying, if only we did this, if only we did that. So we'll keep trying hard, we'll keep working hard, and hopefully we'll get our rewards on Tuesday.
That's the thoughts of Phil Parkinson after Altrincham's 2-0 victory over high-flying Maidenhead United this afternoon.